Hello guys, what is up? It is me, Rahul here, yes. Um, yes, we're back, with the Arizona Cardinals Express League. So, I actually will say this, the Arizona Cardinals Express League will be happening this week, along with the final Chicago Bears. I do have some big news for you guys that I'm going to be saying today in this video that will be posted on Saturday. I have the I have I don't know, it's like something fun. I have NHL 23 guys, and this is something that I've always wanted to say. I didn't play NHL 20, 21, or 22 and 22. NHL 19 was the first ever game I ever played, and you know what? It's kind of fun. Depending on how you look at it, and I do have to say some things real quick. So basically, what's going to be happening is, as you kind of saw back in my NHL 19 days, basically what's going to be happening is that there's going to be like certain franchises I'm going to be doing. Certain franchises, like you saw the Nordiques, the Rockies, the Aces, the Monarchs. The Monarchs, which were the longest, so the Rockies and the Aces were the shortest, were kind of short. It goes like the Monarchs, Nordiques, Rockies, and the Aces. The Be a Pro did really well, although I kind of, in that video, in one of the I was on the Toronto Maple Leafs, I didn't show myself winning a Stanley Cup. That was kind of my fault, by the way. I know I should be focusing on the video, but this is some big time news, so I'm going to be sharing this out while the game is going to be playing. So, as you saw through my NHL 19 days, I did 4 videos. Not 4 videos, 4 series that were split up. Okay, so the Nordiques, the Rockies, the Aces, the Monarchs. Rockies, I had to end up ending it so quickly. The Aces are like the continuation of the Rockies, and the Monarchs are the Monarchs. So, in this series, and I found this out so badly. I found this out that in NHL 23 you could do custom leagues. Now, you guys could get some ideas, like, so, but I will be, when I stop doing Madden somewhat, or I overlap Madden with NHL videos, I am gonna be uploading some express leagues for NHL 23, and, most importantly, the NHL 23 custom leagues. I'm going to be primarily be using custom leagues. Now, if in a situation where I want to do like some expansion franchises or something like that, I would have to think about creating teams like the Atlanta Flames, the Colorado Rockies, the Kansas City Scouts, the Montreal Maroons, the Montreal Wanderers. Like, imagine having, and I would have to do them correctly. Now, on the other hand, I would have to also think about like certain formats I would want to do. So, and I'm gonna say this, as you see, we're winning. In the current format that I'm using for most of my franchise, I've used... In the Rockies one, I couldn't do this format, so I had to create a Canadian division, which was kind of whacked because I had to leave. It was kind of whacked, and I had the Battle of Colorado, which was okay. But other than that, I literally messed it up so bad that I ended up facing... Never mind. So, if they had this in Madden, that would actually be okay, but never mind that for now. The issue is, like, the custom leagues, right? You can only do it up to 48 teams. And if you were to import certain teams, then that's also kind of awkward in its own sense. Like, in the AHL, I don't know how that works, but, like, in its own right, I'm thinking about doing Be a Pro, but I have to, like, reconsider what Be a Pro I'm gonna be doing. And also, it's not like MLB The Show, like an old MLB The Show where you can't, I'm gonna say this very correctly, you can't choose who you play for. So, back, like, I think it was before MLB The Show 20, you could pick and choose. Actually, it was before MLB The Show 21. I can't remember. You could pick and choose which team you wanted to play for. And if you didn't want to, that was okay. However, you can't do this game. You'll get interviews. And it was just insane. By the way, I will say, the Be a Pro series won't be coming a little later because I had to delete the file because I went in the 6th round, like the 111th overall pick. And I got drafted by the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, and I was, oh good lord, and I kept on fighting so much, and it cost me I got 2 game misconducts, or even 3 game misconducts. And in the European hockey leagues, not in American, the European hockey leagues, if you get a game misconduct with fighting, you're automatically ejected. Which sounds odd considering so I'm gonna use football analogies here, so stay with me. In the NFL, if you got 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, you get ejected. Now, if you throw a punch, if you touch an official, something like of those sorts, you are automatically ejected. In the NHL, if you get 2 misconduct penalties, I would assume that you get ejected, or like game misconduct penalty. 1 game misconduct penalty, you get ejected, something like that. If you do a boarding call or something, you get ejected, something like that, okay? And as you see right here, we're going to do a fake, and that's how we're going to defeat Trey Lance. In this universe, it's Trey Lance. In my Chicago Express League, it is the, oh good lord, Joe Burrow, right, Joe Burrow left the Cincinnati Bengals to in our own division, in our own conference, national conference, NFC. Anyway, so in my Be a Pro, my potential Be a Pro that was going to record, I was just like, screw it. So in Be a Pro, and I realized about this, you get to choose archetypes and stuff like that, which actually made me consider like doing a two-way player or something like that, and a forcer or something like that. We're going up against the Eagles. Sorry if I'm not paying attention. That's the crazy part. You get to pick at like archetypes, and I looked in MLB The Show before the road to the show was changed. You could also choose like what are like it. You could somewhat do it. You could also choose your archetype. You could choose if you want to be a two-way player or not, something like that. Excuse me. And it is what it is, really. Like, I made sure that this would be the best, like for NHL 23, and if I ever do baseball, so here's the thing: I'm done football, baseball, hockey, and basketball. And I've done all of those things, and basically, I did them all. I forgot baseball, but it is what it is. College football is going to be coming back somehow. Although I will state that if it is somehow like Madden in any way, shape, or form with microtransactions, chances are if there's a Dynasty mode or Road to Glory, I will be saying that you'll be seeing. Oh my. Excuse me, sorry. You will be seeing a lot, and I'm going to be saying a lot of not Road to Glory, college football dynasties and Road to Glories. I'm sorry if I'm tired. It's just me. And it's just me, so and see, for my channel, I did a lot of NHL content, and I've been doing YouTube since I was 14. Now, since excuse me, NHL content, MLB, not MLB content, what the heck am I saying? NHL content, 2K, NBA 2K content, Madden content. I won't be bringing back 2K, even though I've said, I have it. There is no way in hell I'm bringing back NBA 2K in a while. Because the fact that it's 2K microtransaction is bad. The franchise mode for it is really deep, and you can now play for NBA 2K23. You can play in eras. So there's Magic and Larry Bird. There's the Jordan, oh Lord, I can't remember. There's Jordan, so there's 3 or 4 separate eras, and you could go in them, play, with all the broadcasts and everything, and basically, like, play through and basically experience what it would be like if you were in that era, like the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, stuff like that. Now, for Madden and NHL, because I've done a lot more content for them, except for NBA 2K. I only did NBA 2K19 and NBA 2K21, only those 2 games. I didn't do NBA 2K20. Wait, hold up. Oh, good lord. I did do NBA 2K21. I didn't do NBA 2K20. I did NBA 2K19 and NBA 2K21. Let me emphasize on that. My bad. So, I couldn't do a My Career series because of, like, online servers. You had to be online in order to do a My Career or My Team build or whatnot. And I was kind of disappointed in that regard because it just didn't make any sense to me, because you spend so much time and effort doing, and I'm saying this about like any video game. I don't like the fact that for NBA 2K, My Career is offline. It's not offline. If it was, I can still have the storyline. I could still have everything, and it would work out pretty well. And the issue is with Madden, with like Madden and NHL. Madden, from like Madden 20 at least, they had face of the franchise. So, how do I describe this? Madden 2020's face of the franchise, if you saw, they had like, their face of the franchise was like, you start out in a CFB playoff, which with whatever team you had, you go into the draft, you get drafted, and you resume your career. You do your career. In Madden 21, you do it with a teammate, and technically, you go to college with this person, and for 2 years, you're stuck with that person. Or, no, you do high school and college, and you go do your career. Now, the career part is kind of weird because it's, like, kind of scripted to where this can happen here, this doesn't happen here. You could just, like, use that in your franchise and it could work out. You can actually import it. I'm, in quotations, import it. That's what I'm trying to say. In Madden 22, they got rid of that part, the high school part, and the college part, where you don't decide your college part, and everything, which kind of sucks. However, I can understand somewhat why. In this instance, you saw the 17 episodes or somewhat. I didn't include the college footage, but in the beginning, you pick your college, whatever college you want, even there's a certain amount. Then, you're thrown into the semifinals and the college football playoff, and the semifinal and the final, you have to do certain cutscenes and everything, and then you get drafted. I was drafted by the Jaguars. I went undefeated because I wanted to exploit the game, and I just felt so pissed off. So, like, I was considering bringing back the series, and then I decided to try, hey, let me try halfback. Okay? Let me try halfback. One of those positions where you don't normally do, but you try it out. Guess what? I absolutely failed at halfback, and I got drafted by the Jaguars, and also I was part of Michigan State, which made absolutely no sense considering the fact that I am not, I just don't understand. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all, and it sucks. I don't understand. And yeah. And by the way, we won against the Eagles. So, along with the other franchise, I'm going to be, other Express League, the other episode I'm going to be putting out. I am going to be putting out the Chicago Bears franchise. I'm just going to have to work out everything. And the point is that, to put it in the nicest terms, I just wish that if you do a certain franchise, that you can be happy with it. Sorry, it's the next day or something. And by the way, this video is going to be coming out this Saturday, which is going to be in November 5th. That's going to be pretty exciting for me because, you know, it is what it is. Alright. So, also the Chicago Bears franchise, I'm going to have to work out some things. For the NHL 23 alumni franchise, this is what I'm going to say. I am going to... Yeah, I missed a field goal. What I am going to say is for this. I do not like the prospect of making a franchise Express League. Here's why. The process of making one and everything doesn't really work out. However, on the other, because in the NFL, in Madden, it can work out because you have 17 games at maximum, well, 21 games at maximum, and you can divide it up based on what you want. For NHL 23 at least, not anything before NHL 23, you could customize it. Now, in the alumni franchise, what you're gonna see, the alumni franchise, I did as a custom league, not like an authentic one. I know that kind of sounds weird, but it is what it is. So, then, I then decided to do a custom league and do a different playoff format. I always do different formats than the original. So there are 10 wildcard teams, and I then decided to do 16 for the new custom league I'm gonna do. So here's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna be doing a franchise. Well, like I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. Do you want a series? like split it up into different episodes, or do you want like a full series, but like one gigantic episode with different games? Let me know down in the comment section below. Although I would have to upload this on a Wednesday, Thursday, or something, because that is something very different. Because that isn't okay at all. And oh my god, sorry. And let me explain why. The number one thing that I hate doing is missing field goals. Yep, in Madden, I miss a lot of field goals. I miss a lot of them because, yeah. Yeah, I miss a lot of them. And now, this is Baker Mayfield's squad. Baker Mayfield, okay, took over as the Patriots quarterback for Mac Jones. And it's quite interesting because I'm just launching hit sticks as I possibly can. Jacoby Myers is on the squad. It's not even the 2-minute warning. The Buffalo Bills are doing their thing. And it's interesting to me. Also, I'm not sure if I'm willing to run a type of experiment where it would drive me nuts. However, I want to try and run an experiment where, what if, as a player, or as an owner, as a coach, as a player on a on a team, what would happen as the losing team? What would I need to do to win a Super Bowl, or win a Stanley Cup, or win the NBA Finals? I do like that idea. However, thinking back to every single series I've ever done, and I'm gonna explain to you guys. A Baker Mayfield like slides. And this is where things get really real. Obviously the Las Vegas Raiders were led by Mac Jones. They are 7-5, and the Joe Burrow's San Francisco 49ers are 6-7. So this is the weird part, alright? New Orleans are 9-4, Minnesota is 3-10. Last episode I said the Chicago Bears Express League is going to end at 3-10. At 10 episodes. So you're going to get good 10 episodes. And we won that game. So next up we're going against Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs have been one of our toughest opponents from the AFC side. As well as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All formidable foes. because we haven't had a third Super Bowl to decide whether or not who is the better opponent in the big game. But we are going to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri to determine who is the best squad there is. Now, you may be thinking to yourselves, like, Raul, what would you do if you were in a position where you, I don't know, give it to George Pikens every single time? So here's what I would like to do. Like I said, for the NHL 23 stuff, leave a comment down below what you would do. Would you want me to do, like, multiple episodes of the same franchise? Or just do one big one? Because for alumni, I did one, so most of them were going into free agency. And Patrick Mahomes thinks he is Lamar Jackson out of all people, and he is not a dual threat quarterback. He got the first down, and I'm like, what? And in this universe, he has Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. In the Chicago Bears universe, we got Tyreek Hill somehow. I converted him to strong safety, got a kick or punt return with him, and I traded him to Atlanta because I was like, I don't want this dude. I didn't really want him. Because it was like, I didn't sign him. So, here's the point of this series. It's a rookie type series where I build the team from the ground up. I do my thing. And so on and so forth. The issue is with any series I've done so far, it's like it's countered with bugs, glitches, whatnot in Madden, which actually caused me to lose my first ever Super Bowl. And my first ever, and that made me really pissed off to the point where it was like, why is this happening? And for example, like getting interceptions like that causes me to think, do I want to keep doing this? Do I want to switch to like NHL content? Any of that kind of stuff? Because my core, I know that I love sports. I love sports content, and I need to switch up in order to somewhat make sense in this realm, like doing BCS National Championship controversy reviews, or the CFP, the College Football Playoff reviews, and those kind of things. It's just the relevance that this series is getting is not there. And I feel very pissed off at the fact that this series, and my Chicago Bears, especially the Chicago Bears, those two series came to the point where stuff like that happened. Like, why do pass interference calls happen? Or why do I have, like, low ball trajectory? Or when there's a tie, it doesn't actually register. Or stuff like that. And it makes me really pissed off about the game of Madden. Madden is such a buggy mess. And you might think to yourselves, why not play Madden 23? Why not play the Xbox Series X? Why not, like, do all of this stuff? Bruh, are you kidding? I am an 18-year-old kid. I'm gonna be 19 next year in 2023. I have been playing Madden since Madden 25, aka Madden 14. Yeah, and I can't tell you how much bullcrap I went through for the game of Madden. Like, I played Madden 25 on current gen. I didn't play Madden 15. I played Madden 16, Madden 17, Madden 18, Madden 19, Madden 20. Didn't play Madden 21 on old and current and on either generation of consoles. I played Madden 22. I currently am playing Madden 22. I don't know if I'm gonna play Madden 23. After watching videos and realizing what this is, and then just like playing the game on my own, I realized that this is a weird game. Because franchise has slowly been giving updates and everything, and we've been giving touchdowns and stuff like that. I understand that this game is supposed to be one of those games where you have fun. And it doesn't have to be entirely realistic, nor it doesn't have to be not realistic. It has to be somewhere in the middle, if that makes any sense to anybody. It has to be... It needs realism, and it needs some arcade kind of stuff. It has to be met in the middle to please both sides, if that's what's gonna have to happen. I'm a franchise guy. I don't play any Ultimate Team stuff. I don't play FIFA. However, I played FIFA at someone's house. I have played NHL stuff. I have played Madden. And I did a little bit of Madden Draft Champions, although I got matched up really badly. I don't know about NBA 2K. So, anyway, back to this. Playoff implications are on the line for the Dallas Cowboys. They're competing, at the time of this recording, it was either the Philadelphia Eagles or the New York Giants. I don't know which one. But we had to defeat Dak Prescott. If you know Dak Prescott and us, we have went for battles against them. And currently, we're the number 1 seed, so we got that locked. However, I don't. It said 15-1. We're gonna be 16-1. I know that. And there's Malik Willis, who's part of the Cleveland Browns, which makes no sense to me. And I'm gonna just say this from the bottom of my heart. This really frustrates me. This honestly frustrates me. Like George Pickens, those guys. I understand, like, most players I look up to are supposed to be great. They're supposed to be really great. But then when you translate this into the actual NFL, into, like, a game of Madden, this bullshit, I can't stand this. Like, seriously? What is this? What are we doing here? Come on, guys. Like, I'm gonna be honest, okay? Somewhat honest. And it's 14-0 already, which, in the eyes of, against a team that's really good, that's fine. And the new current gen, the next gen, as they would call it, their games have like an X factor ability for like home field advantage X factors, which seems okay, but it's kind of ridiculous in a way, because it's like, why can't you just implement that into the game itself, if that makes sense? So like, if you can do that through skill trees, you can get squiggly lines. You cannot have that kind of stupidity. And that's Carl Joseph. That's his second interception this season. That's why I don't like this. It's because of the ridiculous interceptions that you can have, like low ball trajectory. Now, I did realize about like low pass, high passing. Bro, even if you high pass, I'm pretty sure they will intercept the ball. Like, seriously, I played so much Madden that I didn't realize about that in Madden 25. Because Madden 25, the way they did their game was like, if you ran hurry up, they would actually do the hurry up stuff. Hurry up, like, thing. And when it came to, like, not baseball, when it came to audibles, hurry up and doing audibles, you can also do that. But the issue is with the game of Madden, like, is that they changed it so that way, if they don't have it, they say it's like they speed it through. Hold on, they speed it through to the point where it's like it's ridiculous. And actually, I'm gonna state this. Sometimes I just wish I was playing a different game. But you know why I don't play a different game? It's because I played this game. I play NBA. I played NBA 2K. I played Madden. I played many different games because it's my passion. It's like to do. I enjoy this game very much. And look, I'm just running the ball. And look what I'm doing. I basically am just, right here what I'm doing is, I'm running up the clock. And I decided to, you know what? Let's just do a timeout. Then I thought, that was a stupid decision. They did a timeout so that way I would get the ice the kicker feature. Because my kicker isn't an X Factor. And if I were to get it, it would be stupid. But we got that field goal. And that's what they do in regular overtime. And by the way, these are like 5 or 6 minute quarters. I think. Yeah, 6 minute quarters. So, and we got the ball. So, it is what it is. So, what I wanted to do was, I wanted to take this, like a bit at a time. And Jamal Williams, wait, Jameson Williams? Oh, good lord, my bad. Excuse me. So, basically, yeah, and another thing, don't use this strategy if you are playing professionally because it doesn't make sense. And I've seen a lot of professional players don't punt the ball at 4th down, and they sometimes convert it, sometimes don't convert it. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? It doesn't make sense. And by the way, we got the 1st down on that, which is really sick. Anyway, it doesn't make sense why most of the players don't don't punt the ball at 4th down, and just think like, oh, I'm gonna like, I'm sick. Bro, you're not sick. And another thing, I actually did kick a field goal, 25 yards, and they didn't do the ice feature, and I did make it, thankfully. So basically, what happened was, they are going for on 4th down. The Patriots won against the Packers. And 4th down and 14, it was broken up, and we won. Now, we're facing the 9-8 Buccaneers. Now, the thing is about the NFC versus the AFC this year, I didn't include any snapshots because I thought it was irrelevant, and I was right. I only included them because there was losing teams back in the Chicago Bears franchise and this franchise. This franchise, I could have done it, but I didn't want to. There were so many 9-8 teams in the NFC to the point where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers made it to the divisional round, and I was just so shocked, like, what is going on? And I just didn't think, like, this doesn't even make any sense, because this kind of squad, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, this is it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. So, yeah, we're going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, we are going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it just seems so weird, awkward. I understand the circumstances and everything. But, like, man, I understand you guys don't understand what's going on. Dallas just won against the Saints. So, I will give you some context on the AFC side. Look right there. Las Vegas just to beat the Kansas City. So that means we are not Mac Jones defeated Patrick Mahomes, yep. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Chase Claypool, Tyreek Hill. Cincinnati defeated New England, which I find that very bizarre, to say the least. So, Christian McCaffrey was on the Patriots. Yeah, and we made the Bucks fumble. So yeah, we're gonna face yet another, microphone, 9-8 team. This is ridiculous, okay? You guys are gonna think to yourselves, why the flying heck is this going on? Why the flying heck? Why the flying heck? Bruh. This is Madden. You see losing teams everywhere. Okay? In the first few franchises I did this, the Green Bay Packers won against against the team as a losing team. Then I forced to win some teams, and Kansas City ended up being a losing team and won that. And I lost to the Packers in the NFC Championship in overtime. And I forced the Packers to lose. And yeah, I knew the Packers were going to win. I just couldn't stand it. So, yeah, that's why I did that. And we made the Super Bowl the next year. We lost due to a dumb glitch. And then this camera angle makes no sense at all. So then we then made to the Super Bowl the next year, and we won that Super Bowl. And George Pickens actually won MVP, and which is very graciousful for me. Las Vegas versus Kansas City. Nevada versus Missouri! That is what I like to hear. That is what I like to hear. Sorry about that. Copyrighted music not allowed. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip hooray. Anyway, sorry for cringe, but you get cringe, you dummies. So now 13-7. Again, an odd predicament because of the fact that we haven't been clicking on all cylinders. So I got out a goal 13-7. I'm rolling out with Kenny Pickett, and I just did a crossbody, and I went upfield basically and got it in for a touchdown. I did it. It worked out. That's the problem with this series, basically. I can give it to George Pickens, whatever it is. Whatever it is, because, he can, get all the smoke and everything. Yeah. We have Hunter Renfrow and everybody. Then I decided to run a fake, and it was Desmond Ridder. I gave it to the offensive lineman, and he scored a touchdown, and it actually worked. And Cliff Kingsbury. Oh my god. And then Kobe Bryant, got a pick. And I was sick. That's the thing, Sauce Gardner, Kobe Bryant, and most of the corners, of Cincinnati did really well. Then this year, it was what the heck? Because it was it's are you joking? It's are you insane? Most of the quarterbacks are insane. The Lions just lost to the Dolphins. They choked so bad. The Vikings should win against the Cardinals. The Patriots won against the Jets in close fashion. Zach Wilson. Oh my god, Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson. Devin McCourty has 2 picks. Are you serious? The Patriots are 4-4. I better calm myself down because they're going to be playing on Thanksgiving against a certain team. And Sauce Gardner puts the nail in the coffin. Bam. And then they scored. What the heck? So, here we are against the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. So, yeah. yeah, so basically, it is what it is for this game. And it kind of pisses me off because no matter how many times this game has ever wanted me to feel, this game is one of those games where you can just, like, say, piss off. Piss off to everybody. And I was like, you know what? Let's give it to George Pickens. Every single time. And I was just pissed off. So, I sacked Dak Prescott. Yay! Let's go. 4th down and 14. Rolling out. I tried to give it to my fullback, but he had butterfingers. But we got the ball back. And I'm running end arounds. Yep. So, you see right here, I just, like, turn inward. And I'm running the same exact thing over and over again. So, yeah. I just basically had that kind of feeling. It's not a good feeling by any means, but, like, I don't have, like, a good feeling about this. Like, look, Kenneth Walker and everybody. Oh my god, okay. Like, the Dallas Cowboys I don't like at all. Dallas, yeah. So here, yeah, okay. So now I get sacked, yeah. Here is the issue with the series right now. I say this for every series. This will probably last another season, depending on my mood, after this episode and the continuation after the next series. The next episode, whatever, the next season. And Younghoe Koo's on the Dallas Cowboys. So, this is the issue with the series. And that should have been a touchdown, but it isn't. So, I just ran hurry up. I gave it to Y, and it worked out really well. (27-16). We stopped them, and it worked out once again. Kenny Pickett is actually having like a perfect game, not in baseball. I would do that throw a perfect game any day of the week. Like a perfect game, a no-hitter, stuff like that. I wouldn't mind doing that. By the way, if I were to ever do that, it would work out pretty fine. So 30-23. It's coming down to the point where I have to run the clock, right? Well, I just do that. I juked out. Basically, we're good. Trevon Diggs. Then you have Micah Parsons, Randy Gregory, all those guys. They're like the key cornerstones and stuff like that. Because I respect them a lot. So and also another thing. Yeah, it's 30-23. They're also constantly calling their timeouts. But it is what it is. Anyway, the game is kind of locked up at this point. It's 4th down and goal. And I always, like, you saw in the last game how I actually ended the game somewhat. So I go for a field goal. I run a fake. Not a running fake, because I'm not good at those. Then I run for a little bit and give it to my tight end for a touchdown. With my kicker. And they try to go for it, but here it is. It's caught, but it's over. So now we go up against the Cincinnati Bengals, who are 11-6, our 5th seed, and they actually defeated the number 7 seed Las Vegas Raiders, the Mac Jones squad. Now you might be thinking to yourself, who is the quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals? It is Joe Burrow, and they have John Ross, who's an X Factor. Now, I am going to say this. I did re-record this 2 times, just like the Kansas, because I was just like, 3rd time's a charm and everything. I was just really pissed off, and this is why I didn't go to the ceremony thing. This is why I don't usually like these games. I understand the Super Bowl is important. I get all that, but come on. I could do a relocation edition or a fantasy draft edition. That would work for NHL, by the way, but definitely not. Madden. I refuse to do any Madden. After I'm done with my recent Arizona Cardinals franchise and my Chicago one, and maybe my what's it called? Madden 22 Face of the Franchise, that kind of thing. I'll just see what I can do. Like, I can go back to the Randall Cunningham one. There are a lot of different choices to make. Because, yeah, there's a lot of different choices to make, and, yeah, and I did, like, a crossbody. You know, I should only do a challenge with crossbody, like, touchdowns, stuff like that. I tried to do a CFL challenge, but that didn't work out. because it just doesn't really like it scientifically, not scientifically, football wise, it doesn't work out. Football and rugby are the most worst, terrible sports because of concussions, injury. The injury likeliness is there, like boxing and MMA. Boxing and MMA is mostly concussions, like. And also, the two previous recordings of this game were complete shutouts. This one is, it's just basically where the Bengals just collapse and end up like this. Like, come on. Can't you get a tie game? Like, well, in the Super Bowl you can't, unless there's some kind of curfew. But other than that, it's like ridiculous to me. It is ridiculous. Excuse me. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous all the time. So, I just know what's gonna happen. George Pickens every single time. This year, Kenny Pickett was really good. He was having a phenomenal, fabulous year. In my opinion, he was doing really well. The hype around him is really good because Desmond Ridder, like, I was actually thinking about getting rid of him or converting him to another position as usual. But then I realized that doesn't work out. Then I tried to do a fake something, and it worked, which I thought it would not because I'm not that kind of dude. To run fake punt runs, I usually do it as passes, so that's my thing. And yeah, I gave it to Drake London, and that's yeah. I do have to let you guys know that this might go up. It won't go up on Saturday or something. I actually decided for the NHL stuff, I am gonna be releasing it in seasons, in one video, in multiple episodes, and multiple. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna be releasing in one video with multiple games what happened. And we scored a touchdown, they scored a touchdown. That's the end of the game. So, yeah. You guys, the Arizona Cardinals won yet another one. This is the 5th season, actually. So, that means we won against the Browns, we won against the Bengals, we won against the Kansas City Chiefs, we won against them. So, where do we go from here? Do we stop at season 6? Do we stop at season 10 as for my Chicago Bears franchise? Do I release this on Wednesday? Who knows? But anyway, I am going to be releasing this Saturday, of course, by the time you're watching this. And I'm going to make a big banger for the Chicago Bears. That's my hopes and dreams for you guys and everything. Okay. Kenny Pickett won MVP, of course. And yeah. So, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Y'all are legends in my book, as well as for me. I will see y'all in the next one. Take it easy. And peace.